My Coin Factory family, we're back again with another daily Kaspa and crypto live stream, and right now the market is looking very bullish indeed for Kaspa. Of course, don't be emotional, be logical. We have been down for quite some time. We've still got very strong levels of support to break through cleanly before we see a sign of a recovery and potentially relief rally, potentially push towards another breakout. Of course, this is on the back of the Coinbase news that came out yesterday. We're going to talk a little bit more about in detail. The building on top of that, we can see some more exchange listing coming out very soon, potentially Binance, potentially OKX, following this Coinbase news, but also following some other information coming out from Michael Sutton regarding 10 BPS and so much more. And more importantly, arguably more importantly, the fact that we are now getting confirmation that phase 2 of institutional adoption is almost upon us, which is a sign therefore we're going to see trillions upon trillions of dollars quickly flood into this space. Now, with the information that I've been seeing through my sources, through the members of the executive community as well, from what they have seen, we have still got a lot more time, so we may see a relief rally of sorts soon, but I still think we've got a lot more time left in this market. Either way, right now Kaspa is looking very good, and maybe it's a sign of what is to come. As always, if you enjoy this, doing these streams daily, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. What's up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Great to have you back, and everybody else who's tuning in right now. So we can see, without further ado, getting into today's stream, Kaspa is currently up 8.65% on the daily time frame, which is good, very good. A lot of cryptos are up right now. XRP is up 9%, SUI up 4%, C up 5%, and so on and so forth. But Kaspa's doing very well so far. Currently up almost 10%. It is currently right now being rejected at the level of resistance here, which is at 11 cents. Currently is at 11.1 cents in value. It's just been rejected in around the zone right now. If we can break through cleanly, pushing next to 12 cents, then 13, and so on and so forth. And we spoke about it a bit yesterday, about obviously the very bullish news that is Coinbase. We're going to go into a bit more detail about it. I'm making a video which will be going live later today as well. You'll hear it in a more structured format, so you get to hear a little bit about that as well. But a lot more we cover in these streams as always, and part of building on top of this Coinbase futures for Kaspa is talking about the potential, short-term action, but also potential positive outlooks as well, which for me, I want to believe that this could be a sign of multiple major listings coming through. Hopefully, there's still a strong belief, while only 2 weeks left, we could see a Binance listing this month. I know a lot of people based it around the mining port incentive, this distribution period to the funding wallets, which has now come to an end. It should be coming up to an end today, I believe. We've not heard anything from Binance just yet. We still seem to have belief from some leaks, if you will, from trusted sources, or so supposedly trusted sources, that we're going to be seeing a listing for Binance sometime this month. So we'll get into that as always and why I believe there's a possibility in this stream. But yes, to talk a little bit about it, of course, Kaspa's looking very good right now. We got this announcement yesterday, of course, Coinbase adding Kaspa perpetual futures. So it's a futures, not an actual spot listing, but either way, it is good news, because think about it this way. This will now give Coinbase the ability to accumulate more Kaspa. And as we highlighted yesterday, when people were worried about this, because when it happened with Binance, we saw a massive short from Binance. The difference was Binance launched their perpetual with Kaspa over a year back, when Kaspa was in new all-time high price discovery territory. Right now, Kaspa's down, 45-50% from all-time highs? So we're not in price discovery. Right now, we're gearing up for a rally, but we're not in that rally just yet. So it may be in Coinbase's best interest to decide to long Kaspa as opposed to just shorting it, make it go down further. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But I'm under the impression we could see a lot more coming through in potentially positive price action. Basically, well, this is born to what Christian Lopez said here as well. Talk about the fact that how Binance as well, seemingly gearing up for a listing. They've had over a year to accumulate. We speculate as well that Wallet 5 is apparently Binance's wallet. Of course, no confirmation as such, but this wallet currently has 525 million Kaspa, which is a lot. And we're also seeing numerous wallets, this is a KuCoin's one here, Wallet 5 and Wallet 7 as well, doing 5 Kaspa, so $1 Kaspa transactions, which such a small transaction from when you're holding so much is typical for seeing test numbers. And we do know that Binance, for example, are testing on testnet 11 on 10 BPS. So potentially this is wallet testing it out, potentially for a listing. Again, we won't know until we see the official confirmation of a listing and this wallet has a tag on it. But we're seeing, again, small transaction. This wallet will be due to do another, sizable accumulation of Kaspa, likely on Monday. Right now we are on Friday, so over the weekend we'll see it happening. But so far I'm under the impression we could be seeing a listing very, very soon. Wallet 5 again accumulating more and more, some tests going on right now. And because they've had over a year to accumulate, this wallet of course started buying up Kaspa in March 2024. It's in their best, and if the listing does come through, Coinbase of course don't want to get wrecked if they decide to short when the market starts to rally up more so Coinbase will have to follow the market trend. And who has more liquidity right now seemingly will be the likes of Binance in comparison to Coinbase right now, because they've been doing it for longer. So I'm optimistic about that. And again, building on top of the fact that apparently Coinbase are also doing some very interesting things right now. They're going to host their first ever live space on February 18th, which is 2 days before Kaspa. So potentially they'll be talking about Kaspa, although they seem to be very standoffish about it still for the most part, because this is more so the perpetual trading as opposed to actual spot listing. But either way, maybe they talk about Kaspa in this AMA happening 2 days before the actual listing. But one thing I want to highlight again is the KEF also mentioned as well that these exchanges are waiting for some crucial developments. What they're waiting for is a high volume on the mainstream exchanges, so the likes of Bybit, GetKraken, and you name it. And now you could argue Coinbase as well. Although this is for spot listing. We'll see what on the big exchanges for spot listings. So right now we can see the volume for Kaspa is still staying relatively low. It's around 100 million again. So the highest one to see a little bit higher. Bybit is still being one of the dominating ones, sitting in third place right now with 12.72. But of course, Mexi and Gate still dominate with a quarter each pretty much. The higher the volume, of course, with the bigger exchanges, the better chance we have for seeing Kaspa on these major exchanges like Binance and Coinbase and OKX. And again, I think it's only a matter of time. I would not be surprised if Coinbase was coming very, very soon. In fact, saying that, I'm not surprised that Coinbase was even listed in the first place. This announcement is not a surprise to me, considering the KRI had an open out to Coinbase about 2 months ago, considering that Johnny made an announcement about a month ago with DWS Labs, talking about a conversation with another market maker for American exchanges and perspective on-chain trading. They've been given hints and leaks already. But for me, I'm not that surprised to see that, I'm not that surprised to see that we've got these sort of announcements coming through now. Coinbase, of course, now adding Kaspa here. And I do believe this could be potentially a catalyst for Binance, because again, KF highlights what they're waiting for are event catalysts, higher volume, and this perpetual trading for Coinbase could be the volume spike, the catalyst that Kaspa needs to see more price rally, definitely, at least in the short term, potentially, but also for the volume to spike higher as well. And according to Dalton, who's part of the Kaspi team, KRC20 team, he can say from very trusted sources is that while I don't have a specific date, I've been told February is the month for Binance and Kaspa. Of course, take it with a grain of salt, you have to wait and see. But also in regards to OKX rumours, OKX notoriously follows in suit after Binance like many other tier 1 exchanges. And we've been seeing some leaks already. Like, well, OKX, for example, KEF, they are pressuring OKX now. And that's a very big deal because OKX have invested into the KEF, then investment arm of the KEF. So KEF are now pressuring OKX back. That is, for me, quite significant. So I think the listing drama is starting to build more and more. Seeing Coinbase perpetual listing coming out on the 20th, that does give an 8-day window to see potentially a spot listing with Binance follow very, very soon. And also we should know that the next major step towards 10 BPS is also not far off either, the feature freeze. That's also going to happen within the next 2 weeks as well, ideally. This is not strict, this chart here, this visual here is not strict. It can fluctuate, but the timeline they've been given is 14 days from now, so at the end of the month, end of February. And then you've got mainnet version release, end of March, and hard fork, end of April. But all this stuff is going to come through sooner and sooner, so they may be listing it in around 10 BPS or just beforehand. Because again, what they're waiting for are event catalysts. So the main key word that I've been talking about a lot, and I want to highlight again in this stream, is event catalysts. What these exchanges do, they are a business, they want to make money as much as they can do possible. What they're waiting for is the opportune time for them to make as much money as possible. They're waiting for catalysts, event catalysts that will cause a lot of volume with a project. With memes, it's whatever. Memes come and go. They can list a meme whether they want to. If they want to list a really, really decent project at the opportune time, we've got to wait for someone that's going to give it the momentum. So maybe it's developments like TMPS, smart contracts, stablecoins. Maybe it's another competing exchange talking about it for the first time, like Coinbase. Maybe it's phase 2 of institutional adoption with the SEC, the task force, and are discussing integrating staking into ETPs with multiple firms. That is extremely bullish news. Not to mention as well, the world's largest custodian banks, State Street and Citibank, are now set to launch crypto custody services. Phase 2 of institutional adoption is right around the corner. Now, how long we've got left in this market is still up for debate. I still believe from the research that I've conducted and disclosed to members of part of the executive community here that we've still got a lot longer. And I'm talking at least another 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, give or take. Maybe even longer than that. Maybe still to Q4. We'll have to wait and see. But right now the market's looking very, very solid right now. Market's looking green. We may see some more short-term pullbacks. Again, they're still possible based on the macro news. But Kaspa's looking very strong right now, with Coinbase coming out next week, with Binance seemingly leaked to be coming out this month sometime. Again, we'll have to wait and see. OKX now being pressured. And this could also be off the back of the KAF also doing adjusted their funding to stop funding shy, start focusing more on, developer grants and project grants and, facilitating listings and partnerships. I think right now there's been a massive shift happening with the KEF and the Kaspa community that is actually now going to start incentivizing more adoption of Kaspa, not just because we've been developing all the time, but also just a lot of educating. And what Kaspa's been about for the most time is just educating and developing, and now they're like, okay, let's take a pause from educating right now, because it's already all out there pretty much. Next step is to develop, and that's what they're doing in full force right now. We're seeing stuff come out from that, a little bit more from TMPS right here. We'll get into that in a moment. We're seeing stuff from, Dagonite talk happening more so now, Bugsun, all that sort of stuff. Again, this sort of stuff is going to be revolutionary for Kaspa, and these tier ones are waiting for the opportune time when Kaspa is all the hype. Much as we're frustrated about it, because logically we want to buy Kaspa at the dips, where Kaspa's right now down at, went down to 8 cents, 7 cents. We want to buy it down there. Exchanges, they'll probably want to scoop up some there, yes, definitely, but ultimately what they want to do is they want to lift when the time is right for them to say, so they continue them. They want to list when Kaspa's down here, ideally, yes, but they want to list Kaspa in it to do that and continue doing that. They don't want to see it come back down from a spot listing for futures or whatever. So I would like to believe, as I highlighted yesterday, that this perpetual contract for Coinbase might cause some short-term rallying for Kaspa, maybe up to 13 cents. And I think it's still possible. Right now we're in a good track for that, maybe even higher. But I've got now 6 days left. And what we see in the short term, we may see a similar, not maybe as drastic, maybe a similar sort of correction as we did with Binance. We see it reach 13 cents, come down a little bit. But that might be the start of maybe the Elliott wave, A, B, C, D, E, all the way up to the top again, following all the other real world developments, and potentially again seeing the possibility that we will have Binance jump on board this month. That could, if we do get Binance and Coinbase, or Binance spot listing and Coinbase futures, Coinbase are going to want to long Kaspa there as well to make as much Kaspa and profit as possible. We could actually see, I would believe, Kaspa actually break towards all-time highs. Sounds excessive, I know, but with Kaspa being so undervalued right now, 65% undervalued, being suppressed for over a year, as Kathy would state, the longer the base, the bigger the breakout. I think there is a possibility that if we do get Coinbase and Binance, two of the biggest exchanges, in unison, talking about Kaspa and listing the project, one futures, one spot, that could be enough momentum for people to start rallying towards Kaspa again and to have quite a significant breakout. I'm not saying we'll jump 5, 10x overnight. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we might see more adoption and gradual price rally from that point onwards as well. Kaspa again is looking very strong. Short term, you can see some more pullbacks. I want to highlight that again, but I think we still got a lot more coming through it, and that's based again on the listings, the pressure being put on other exchanges, from KRI to KEF, but equally also to the ultimate sequencer, the stuff coming through for Kaspa very shortly as well. It's going to be more beneficial for 10pps, but also for the miners as well. And again, Kaspa is where it's at because of the miners. It's a proof of work project. The miners are very important. We care about the miners greatly. The price, of course, sucks for them, and I'm sure they're probably struggling quite a bit. But so far, a lot of the miners still believe in the project because they understand what's coming to it, and this will help them out a lot more as well. You're seeing a lot more stuff coming for Kaspa as well. This sort of stuff I'll get into in a moment as well. A meetup coming out tomorrow in Dubai for Kaspa, which is very, very cool. And then, of course, we've got a multiple massive macro newses the sources that come out that just showcase the level of adoption about to come through is absolutely insane. And Kaspa, again, the Fomo for listings I think is starting to rally more so. I stated this month, February, could be a bullish month for Kaspa. Right now, that's not come to fruition. So far, we are 2 weeks in, and Kaspa started out here. So currently we are down about 10% from February so far. And I still believe February is going to be a good month for Kaspa. I said February historically been a very bullish month for crypto and altcoins. Right now, February's not been the best because of the whole tariff news and whatnot. So we are currently down in the alts with Ethereum down currently 17%. But we have got 2 weeks left. We've seen how quickly things can change in 2 weeks. So why can't things recover in 2 weeks as well? Markets are always going to fluctuate quite heavily. And I think Kaspa's had its time. And it's been suppressed for a while. So as much as you hear it like a broken record, me saying it's going to come back, I say it because I believe it. And I see the sources of what they're building and see all the other projects right now. You think ICP, you think Sui, you think Tau, whatever it may be, they have their listings. Tau's going to have Coinbase very soon, actually, which is quite good. They have their listings and they have their developments. Kaspa is barely started. If Kaspa's a project, I'll put it at 20% completion regarding you haven't got 10 BPS just yet, haven't got smart contract, haven't got stablecoin, haven't got Dagnite, haven't got multiple tier 1s yet. It's 20% if that complete. All the other projects in this space are probably in their high 80s or high 70s. So Kaspa, in terms of threshold of where it can reach for me, it's got a higher ceiling. That's also why I choose to invest when it's so undervalued right now. Because I think the return of investment is also a lot higher. Welcome back, Crypto Gosu. Hope you're doing very well, my man. Hope you're doing very well indeed. 12 cents resistance. There seems to be multiple levels of resistance right now. So far, it looks like it is at 11.08, as Andy A highlights here. Seems to be around this zone right here as a level of resistance. I think this zone here is where I'm looking at a level of resistance. I think we've got multiple we've got to try and break out of right now. I mean, it seems to be a level of resistance at every 1 cent zone, to be honest. Toughest one was definitely 10 cents, which we broke out of we came down quite heavily. But there seems to be quite a quick recovery already so far, which is quite optimistic to look at after coming down to this down level down here and only be down for about, 5-6 days, and then already making a relief rally back up. It's good to see. So it liquidated more of the paper hands, more of the longs, and now we're seeing a rally back up again. So I'm happy about seeing that, and I think this could hopefully be the sign of Kaspa starting to make that push upwards again. Whereas Binance, who knows? Who knows? I know we were expecting to see it today following the Friday distribution period with the mining pool incentive. I always stated that I said it's a possibility, but I was always a bit optimistic about that much. People said 10 BPS is a more realistic catalyst, and I agreed with that much as well. But for me, as I've always highlighted, we can say it will be 10 BPS, it will be funding wallet, it could be this, that. For me, what matters is, again, event catalysts. Is what source of news or sources of news and events are going to drive that volume for Kaspa to a point where it goes so high that Binance can't ignore it. The way I want to envision it is, imagine Kaspa right now is the Kaspa's a bonfire. You've got a flint and steel, and currently all these events, 10 BPS, Coinbase futures, stablecoins, it's a little spark from this flint and steel that's trying to light the fire. One of them's going to light the fire, and then if that fire that has been ignited on the Kaspa fire is big enough, then Binance just has to add either more firewood or oil to that flame to make it go bigger. That's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for the little spark that's good for them, that they deem as a good spark. That's what they're waiting for right now. We've got, again, for me, not financial advice, speculative. I do think it's a possibility we see Binance this month, based on the sources that I've seen and the belief that I have. If we don't, so be it. It will come in due time. But I think we'll get it this month. And it could be very soon after this listing for Coinbase. And if that does happen, the FOMO around Kaspa is going to be insane. Where it'll rally to, I don't know. If I was to make a prediction, I would like to believe we'd see Kaspa hopefully rally to the all-time high. If you could break above that, we need to break off 23 cents. Because that, for me, is the next strong level of resistance. After that, I'd be somewhere in this zone. I'd be surprised if we break above. I'd be happy, but above 35 cents, I think is going to be very, very tough, because that, those who are aware, is a zone that Shy has highlighted himself as where he's going to be selling some of his Kaspa that he got from Dag Labs. So 35 cents is going to be another strong level of resistance here. But I think after that, then price, it's going to be quite scuffy. It's going to be hard to determine where the top's going to be unless you're well and you control the markets. Who knows? You might very well see a very sharp rally, and then the exchange decide to start shorting Kaspa to try and make even more money. That's also a possibility. Again, they're the ones who control the market makers. Frustrating. All you could do is be a fish following along with the whales. But Kaspa long term, despite what happened short term, Kaspa long term, I think got a lot more movement in it, a lot more price discovery in it, and that's based also on this sort of stuff that I'm going to get into as well for helping out for the miners. What's up, William Wonka? Really appreciate QC. You're welcome, my man. I appreciate you being here as well. As always, if you enjoy, leave a like, show that subscribe for more. Bro, Kaspa fudders are going to get so wrecked. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of posts about that right now. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'd like to believe that those who say they sold Kaspa sold because, engagement farming, I like to believe. Because there's not really been, for me, a proper logical reason to hate Kaspa. The project's not bad. There's nothing wrong with the project. The only issue with the project, so-called project, is the price. But if you're buying into something expected to turn to gold straight away, it's unrealistic. Again, so I think most people who have followed Kaspa probably have a small bag left behind in it at the very least. If not, they completely lied about it. I've not been calling anyone out in particular. I'm not naming and shaming, but from those who say they're bullish on Kaspa, if they've done research into it, which I'm hoping they have done, you should not be investing into anything without doing any research into it. If you research into it, then you should know what you're holding, and then it should be fine. And then you shouldn't want to sell Kaspa, therefore, no matter what happens. Kaspa's coming down more and more and more, but you know what you're holding. You know what catalysts are still to come. Which is why when the price comes down more and more, it just means the potential reversal is going to be that much bigger as well. Today I got 40 more Kaspa out of Kraken. Love to hear, Andy. Yeah, keep filling that bag, my man. It looks very, very good indeed. So yeah, Kaspa listings seemingly rallying right now. OKX, Binance, Coinbase, the big boys, the biggest exchanges in the world, rallying right now. Seemingly, I heard from Cody, my man. Shout out to Cody, who's a part of the free crypto community. Well, he's just part of the crypto. He's actually also part of the executives as well. He's one of my mods. But he announced in there that apparently on the big exchanges, the likes of Crypto.com, the likes of Kraken, the likes of Binance and Coinbase, all of them in the last 48 hours, the last 2 days, have been issuing a lot of listings. If you want to know more and find out ahead of time, again, this community is not just for me, it's everybody. So again, if you want to learn more about crypto and Kaspa ahead of time, everything else, then come check the free community links in the description, chat also on my homepage here. And he said that there's a lot of listings going on right now. Point being, you're now seeing a lot of these exchanges start to actively take more part, and then maybe off the back of this sort of stuff as well, which I'm going to get into again in a moment. But I think because the listings are starting to gear up, that also may be a sign that Binance again potentially are around the corner. Shy dumping Kaspa at 35 cents is kind of whatever, to be honest. I think it only was at 30. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. The thing is that how much Kaspa? I think he's going to be selling around 1 to 2 mil Kaspa. Now, in the grand scheme of things, for how much Kaspa is actually there's currently 25.7 billion Kaspa. So 1 million Kaspa is literally nothing. It's not even 1%. That's nothing. That is so small. But the problem is, because the number over 1 million is quite a big one in theory, and also because it's Shy, who is one of the founders of Kaspa, it's a psychological impact that may have. Now, ultimately, him selling at that zone is not a problem. It's not going to cause any significant shift in the price of Kaspa. People who are a lot of people I know people even in my community are unhappy that Shy sold at the so-called top, or it was the top, because Shy sold here as well. And people were like, I've heard people who've been very, very upset about that. I'm like, okay, but he didn't cause the price to crash. People are saying he did. No, he didn't. He sold at that zone when the whole market was going down. And those who have been watching me since the beginning would have known I was talking about the possibility of this happening, because the Fed didn't cut rates when every other country was cutting rates, and the yen carry trade was becoming unfavorable. The yen was running against the dollar, and we saw Warren Buffett sell half a stock on Apple. Market crashed. Kaspa came down 40% throughout this window of time. And Shai sold at the top of there. Thankfully for him, well done. Maybe he had insider knowledge, but at the same time, if he education, if you knew what you were talking about, which again we had an idea was going to happen as well. You know, Warren Buffett's taken half his stock in Apple. That's quite a big indicator of what might happen. And again, that happened over the weekend. So when the stock market opened up again, the market opened up when on the Monday, the market crashed because of the result of it. Because they realised that Warren Buffett took out half his stock in Apple. And they couldn't do anything because the markets are closed on weekends. But yeah, Shai selling that much Kaspa at 35 cents will be a psychological thing, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not actually that deep at all. Welcome back, Magnus. How you doing? Very well, man. Yeah, so I'm not worried about that at all, where Shai's selling. I'm just saying because of the psychological impact, it will be a level of resistance, I believe. But I'm sure Kaspa will overcome it very, very easily based on what's coming out as well. So we can see here, Michael Sun makes a post about a day ago, talk about the ultimate sequencer, this whole thing with Kaspa, and Luke here does a nice little TLDR of it, which is great because makes it easier for people who aren't as tech savvy with the information about what to understand about it. So Luke highlights here that Michael Sutton envisions Kaspa as a high throughput global sequencer processing terabytes of pruned data per day while ensuring censorship resistance and global ordering. Now, why does it matter? Well, because back in March 2020, Polinsky wrote in his Medium, in which will have reduced to the spectrum of grey, warning that Ethereum's shift towards rollups and fragmented scaling could break synchronous composability, leading to a supernova collapse of its shared data. That Ethereum right now is at risk of something significant happening. Because of the code behind it, it's at significant risk. And we're seeing the collapse of Ethereum right now. I showed you in my stream, I think yesterday or the day before, about how even the Ethereum Foundation are trying to vote out Vitalik Buterin. Ethereum's in trouble. I've always said Ethereum's going to collapse at some point. And Kaspa here, they avoid this fate by leveraging proof of work, mining in logarithmic spaces for pruned storages, so ensuring nodes only store what's necessary while maintaining full security, and zero knowledge proofs, which are coming out very soon to enable verifiable computation without breaking atomicity. So zero knowledge is not revived just yet, which is the smart contracts, but that is the next major step. And that is exactly why Michael is discussing it now, ahead of time. Once integrated, Kaspa could provide a globally ordered execution layer without the fragmentation issues seen in roll-up-based architectures. Kaspa, right now, remains a high-speed, secure, scalable base layer, but its foundation, proof-of-work security, MLS pruning, and global ordering position it to seamlessly evolve into the broader execution frame as zero-knowledge technology matures. So what this effectively is just talking about once again is Kaspa again is about to change history. Ethereum, which has become the infrastructure that everything's been built on top of right now, is about to have supernova collapse of its shared data, which is going to be terrible for it, and everyone's going to want to switch off it. But Kaspa is going to be able to avoid this fate because of their technology, be able to avoid being caught in the crossfire. So that's very, very big to see. And this is, again, what's coming out soon will be very beneficial. Data mined in consensus by thousands of solo ASIC across the globe. Now this is a feature I like with 10 BPS, which again, very close now. 10 BPS. We get closer to where solo mining has more consistent payouts. I'd like to see a day where the network is mostly composed of solo miners mining their own node. How do you think the network will react with such a large amount of nodes? I conjecture that the network should do fine. Ultimately, to talk about that in the future, we'll see Kaspa become so decentralized, so independent that it won't matter. 10PS are going to be a part that, again, people are aware about 10PS, potentially meaning that miners will make even less money. And there may be a case of that, but it'll bring more dots to the space, but it's going to, again, provide more consistent payouts. It could be 10 blocks happening a second as opposed to 1 per second in parallel. So that's why I highlight 10PS again as being an event catalyst, not because it will necessarily cause Kaspa to jump massively in price. When I talk about event catalyst, I don't talk about, Kaspa's going to jump 50x on the day, I'm not talking event catalyst and price. I'm talking about event catalyst, and it's going to bring so much more to Kaspa as a foundation layer that it can set up for other big developments coming out as well. So what these exchanges are looking out for are these event catalysts. 10 BPS won't necessarily cause Kaspa to rise massively in value, but it can cause significantly more adoption from miners and developers jumping on board the project. That can go and cause Binance to be like, okay, now we want to flip the switch. We want to, fire the pin and be like, yeah, now we want to list Kaspa. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But I think Kaspa, again, we're seeing more adoption coming through. They're doing a meetup in Dubai. You got Powered by Kaspa here, which is coming in regards to Rhubarb Media, who works alongside the KEF and alongside Coin. They're similarly to CoinPal.io and OKX, they work alongside KEF as well. Rebranding, stuff like that. So it's again very, very cool to see. We've got a new rebranding from Powered by Kaspa. All the source stuff coming to Kaspa in due time. There's a thread about it here, or article about it here, which I'm going to again link this information in my community. Go check it out there. But it's talking about the new era of Kaspa, what's coming to it. How big it's going to be. And again, the other projects as well that we're going to be seeing in the future. K Airspace, this is KRI, Warp Core, everything else as well. That's going to come to Kaspa in the very near future. That's going to come up through smart contracts. That are going to be, again, a more event catalyst that will cause Kaspa to rally more so in value. So the listing side of things, for short-term gains looking imminent in my belief. Not financial advice, in my belief, imminent. But in the long term, the big, adoption drivers of Kaspa, the demand drivers, are closer than ever. And that will be why I believe that Kaspa is going to do very well this cycle. Even now, I still hold strong on my $2 prediction, which is 50 bill market cap, because again, I've seen from the last cycle, and even through looking through information, how quickly projects can jump in this space in a short span of time, how drastically they can jump as well. And I think Kaspa is a project that can exceed expectations. I'm not saying $10, because that's a bit excessive for me. Not impossible, but extremely unlikely. But $2, 50 bill market cap, I don't think is that excessive at all. I think it's quite reasonable, even now when Kaspa is only at 11 cents. I'm asking here for a, 20x, give or take? No. Yeah, 20x. Just under 20x. I don't think just under 20x is that excessive. It's a bit much. But considering that this market, again, from the documents I've seen from institutions that I've disclosed to those who are part of the community here in more detail, which again is going to be an exclusive private live stream taking place tomorrow in this community. If you want to know more, by all means come check it out. It's currently a 7-day free trial period, so it comes join for free. If you like what you see, then by all means come sign up. It's only $499, but we'll be talking about it tomorrow, some institutional documents again. So it'll be our fourth one now, so we're doing it for a month now. Our fourth weekly roundtable, where we'll be talking about what the institutions expect going to happen in the space very, very shortly. And so far, a lot of them seem to suggest, which is my belief, that we're going to see a market top later on, which Kaspa will have time to then develop and build more and rally more so as well. And in that time, we're learning a lot more about other projects in the space in due time, hidden gems and whatnot. We're talking more and more about these sort of projects here. These meme tokens that we can make, some big gains from. MRG being one of our biggest gainers recently. We have Trust in Web3 that also is a decent one as well. That made a very, very nice 6x. And then even our biggest one here of XO Cortex, a 25x. So if you want to know more, then by all means come check out the executive community here. 7-day free trial, link in the description in my chat right now, and also on my YouTube homepage here as well. And again, for me, the market is about to offer so many opportunities very soon, and that is because of these other massive, massive real-world developments as well. That's also going to play a massive part into the event catalysts that could ignite rally momentum for crypto, for Kaspa, and therefore for Binance to jump on board and list Kaspa as well, potentially this month again. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm optimistic we can still see it this month. We've got 2 weeks left. I think Shy can be a liability fair. He sells at 35 cents, but why announce it? A developer selling and announcing it is always going to create FUD. Well, I understand your sentiment, Ian, but think about it this way. Kaspa's always, grounded itself to be a fair launch proof of work, but also open source and, transparent. I argue, or debate that Shy being open about him selling the rest of his Casper at 35 cents is better than him just doing it, behind the scenes and quietly. Because people know the wallet, they can track the wallet. It'd be better than him saying, I'm going to sell here, and then people still the money come out when he announced it, as opposed to him just doing it secretly. That would be worse. People found out secretly he sold, that can cause more FUD than him announcing it publicly. Either way, again, it's not as much as it sounds like a big number, it's not that much Casper. It's not enough to cause a crash in the market. It's just be a psychological thing at most. Chelsea down a goal, Casper up. What's more important to you? That's a good question. I'm gonna just choose what makes me happy right now. So Casper. I'm hoping. I haven't even checked. I didn't even know Chelsea were playing today. That's how much of a fan I am for Chelsea right now. Chelsea currently are playing Brighton. Damn, that is crazy. We always lose to Brighton anyways. Chelsea can never beat Brighton or Bournemouth, any of those, nothing against those teams, but they're terrible. They're terrible teams. But yeah, maybe we come back, who knows. I'm going to take that off my screen now because that's going to make me more upset. Let's get back to Casper news, shall we, or what's come to the market. So yes, very big news. World's largest custodian bank, State Street and Citibank, to launch crypto custody services. Very bullish. We've got here, in continuation of the big bullish news, the Bank of Montreal, which is Canada's third largest bank in terms of asset management, has invested $150 million in Bitcoin ETFs, including BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETFs, which is very, very big. That's not all. Barclays reports owning $131 million worth of Bitcoin ETFs. The state of Michigan introduced a Bitcoin reserve bill that would allow it to invest 10% of public funds in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And GameStop considers investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, to the point where now GameStop actually surged 20% off the back of that. They announced, we might get into Bitcoin ETFs and might start investing into Bitcoin, and they was pumped 20% as a result of that. That's the power of crypto right now. The power crypto has is absolutely insane. So the adoption of crypto is still extremely early and so much more to come. So much so that even Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, who again, thankfully now is looking at Casper, he predicted that up to 10% of global GDP will be crypto-based by 2030. 10% of global GDP. That is a lot. Saying that it's the dawn of the new era for crypto in the United States. If Armstrong's prediction comes true, this will represent over $10 trillion in value based on current global GDP. So that's therefore arguing that by 2030, we should be seeing crypto market cap be $10 trillion, if not more so. Given that Americans' leadership here, the rest of the world is taking note and will be under pressure to embrace crypto adoption. On-chain is the new online. On-chain is what the internet was for information, crypto is for money and finances. Crypto is going to take off. And right now, Coinbase is the number one crypto exchange in America, arguably in the world, because people have their negative viewpoints on Binance. It's the bigger exchange, but people have the negative viewpoint on Binance. And them adding Casper perpetual contracts is a big deal for getting Casper's name out there in the light of Wall Street and other institutions. And getting more adoption as well. Even Fed Chair Jerome Powell said that Bitcoin is a competitor to gold and not the US dollar, and that's also a big sign that, this can also help each other out, coexist. And that also means that, it also wants more harnessing Bitcoin as a reserve asset, as more sort of value, as more so as a form of money. Other currencies in crypto will be a form of money, so you might see other currencies that might, be a competitor to the US dollar, but Bitcoin is more so a competitor to gold. You're seeing the fact that Hong Kong investment firm has disclosed almost $600 million in Bitcoin ETF holdings. So again, we're hearing more and more of the institutions right now who are doing it, closed books off the record, now announcing, oh yeah, we hold quite a lot of Bitcoin actually. They're all announcing it now. Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev explains how stablecoins as well help to facilitate transactions and settlements based between cash and crypto 24/7, particularly on weekends when banks are closed. I'll play this video out in just a moment, but this is again something very important because again, Casper themselves are also looking at the possibility of launching stablecoins very, very soon. The KRI announced stablecoins are coming out very soon. We're seeing it already in development, and you'll see even more come out smart contracts. So again, that is why I believe Casper is going to do very, very well. And with the technology that's going to come out again, highlighted a bit more so, with the ultimate secrets and stuff that Microsoft is talking about, we'll see it make even more of a difference. When Ethereum collapses, Casper will be able to continue working and even do much better as a result of what it's building. So listen to the video very quickly as well.
One of the things that we have to do to operate our crypto platform is facilitate transactions and settlements between cash and crypto 24/7, particularly on weekends when the banks are usually not open and there's no way of transmitting dollars using banking rails on weekends. Stablecoins solve that problem because it's a 24/7 network that's running on software. And I think that just shows you just one of the advantages of crypto technology over the traditional financial system. One of the things that we have to
One of the advantages, as he highlights, one of them. There are multiple advantages to stablecoins and crypto over the financial system we have right now. And one of them is the fact that over the weekends, banking systems and whatnot, they are closed. You can't go and access your bank on the weekend, and it's only open like 9 to 5 on a weekday. Crypto is 24/7. That is something that banks are going to take massive advantage of. That's what they're looking out for. And this is something that, again, those assets that I spoke about it numerous times in recent streams. Harvard make a document on it. JP Morgan spoke about it as well. There's a race to dominate stablecoins right now. Those who are compliant with regulations will gain market share. Everyone wants to make stablecoins because they have the possibility to displace legacy payment systems like SWIFT. And Kaspa is extremely early in its cycle. We haven't got we've got Kraken, we've got Bybit, we've got BitGet. Good exchanges, very good exchanges. We haven't got Binance, we haven't got Coinbase, we haven't got OKX, we haven't got Crypto.com, we've got Gemini, we've got so many other major tier ones that aren't here yet with Kaspa that will be coming out in due time. And better still, that's just for retail side of things. Then you got the other stuff that will make Kaspa just stand out in the space. 10 BPS again, mere days, weeks away now. You've got smart contracts, again, as you highlight here. Smart contracts are the success. Whoever makes a pump fund for Kaspa will be a big winner. I agree. And there are going to be multiple institutions and multiple companies that aim to make the pump fund, aim to make building people are going to build into a Kaspa like clockwork. You saw yesterday. Zelus announced they're going to be building their own DEX on top of Igra Labs, onto a Kaspa with Igra Labs. Igra Labs testnet's meant to be coming out, I believe, end of Q1. So this should be seeing this come out very, very soon. Again, we'll have to see how successful it is and also if it's reliable or not. That is very good to see. Even the demo here showcasing, how it works. Looking, with a whole, connection to MetaMask, the Ethereum virtual machine. So this is a good thing to see. A DEX coming to Kaspa, but to a Kaspa. We'll see a lot more coming to Kaspa as well. Smart contracts will be very, very big, and yeah, these exchanges are going to want to make a lot of profit off it. This stuff is, people who have faded Kaspa, while well within your right because of negative price action or struggling price action, the research that we conduct here daily, for me, it's a testament to what's to come in the future. This is also why when Kaspa struggles in price, I don't get worried. 2025 has proven itself. We've seen that constantly 2025 is going to be a big, big year for Kaspa, for tech, for what they're building. Even KF stated this so here. 2025 is a pivotal year for Kaspa's evolution. We're seeing it happen right now. Seeing it all happen right now. And we're going to see the listings follow very soon afterwards of everything they're building. And the adoption is growing more and more. And again, the best part about it is with the release of 10 BPS, smart contracts, stablecoins, they're big catalysts, event catalysts again. But they're starting points. Imagine you're playing Balloon Tower Defense. I'm sure everyone here has probably played Balloon Tower Defense. You get the release of smart contracts or whatever. That gives you the super monkey. It gives you, a very, very great unit. A very great monkey unit. But that's just when you launch it. Then you let it just simmer and do its thing, keep farming balloons, keep, getting more adoption and demand. It will build itself up to get more adoption, and then you can upgrade it. My point there is that you get 10 PS, you get 32 eventually, maybe 100 BPS. Smart contracts. Then you get the KR launching their Warp Core, their Asset Mint, their Gigawatt. All the sort of stuff that comes out on top of it. You've got stablecoins. Then you'll see Kaspa issue their own stablecoins. You'll see USDT, USDC, other ones that jump on top of Kaspa as well to utilize its platform. And that will bring more demand to Kaspa as an underlying asset of the platform as well, and that will increase the demand. And when the supply shock comes through, because Kaspa right now is already near 90% total mined, but of course the price will rise up that much higher. The miners will make a lot more money as well. And you're going to be, in my belief, kicking yourself thinking, why did I not buy Kaspa more when it was cheap? Again, that's my own personal belief. I'm not telling you to buy Kaspa, but I fill up more and more because I believe in it. We've seen exchanges start to rally more so as well. This wallet here added another 1 million Kaspa recently as well. This wallet, I'd like to add nice round numbers. 2.5 mil, 1.5 mil, 1 mil, 1.5 mil, 2 mil, 1 mil, all, quite recently as well. In quite a short time frame. This could also potentially be an exchange as well. We'll have to wait and see. This could also be Coinbase, who knows? But this wallet, again, I think we're close to seeing some very, very, monumental things coming for Kaspa and crypto in itself as well. So I'm mainly waiting for right now. Much of this news about Coinbase and things is very, very good. What I'm looking for right now is volume on Kaspa and more developments. I want to see the next big, Rust migrate announcements or the next hard fork Crescendo announcement. I want to see the next big one for that. I want to see, because last time I remember seeing stuff for, that ecosystem pretty much with KRC20 that caused a 500 million volume. If I can see that again, that might be the volume needed to see Binance up on board. We know they're ready. Coinbase now seemingly are getting ready as well. How long they'll take to list, we don't know. Maybe they don't list this cycle. I think they probably will. If you have to rally it up too quickly, they're probably missing out. So I have to wait and see. I'm a big fan of incurred because they are the ones utilizing EVM compatibility, which is what attracts the masses with MetaMask and Rabi. Yeah, exactly. Incurred Labs is, while again there's just seems to be some potential shortcomings coming to Ethereum very soon, as highlighted from Michael and from Luke here as well. So that is the potential problem for that. Of course, Kaspa's going to hopefully be able to avoid that. The thing is, that's the reason why everything, from what I've done for my research, institutions, everyone is building on top of Ethereum because it's the biggest, layer one. But it's not the most efficient, but it's the biggest one. People building on top of Ethereum to get used to the space and then going to the places where it's better. Which right now, I think is a lot going to XRP Ledger. I think more going to Solana as well because it's, I guess quicker. But I'm very convinced that in the future everyone will go into Kaspa because of what they are building. And the fact it's going to be proof of work as well, means it's going to be decentralized. It's going to actually be safer as well. If this Coinbase thing starts on the 20th, could it lead to a price dip, allowing whales to load up more, then run more? So again, I think it's a possibility. So I'm looking out for it. That did similarly happen with Binance. The difference is when it happened with Binance, Kaspa was in price discovery, all-time highs, and then came down. Coinbase is listing Kaspa when it's 50%, 40% down from all-time highs, so it may not be as significant. I think you could see pullbacks, but at the same time, with the talk of event catalyst and potentially there being a Binance session this month, maybe the perpetual contract from Coinbase is what Binance utilizes to list their spot listing for Kaspa. If that's the case, then Coinbase aren't going to want to dump the price of Kaspa at all. They want to long it. They want to short it. So I have to wait and see. I think we'll probably see, again, FOMO, so rally up maybe to around this zone here. And then we see a short-term pullback, maybe back to 10 cents again. And then depending on the macro news, and then if you do get Binance very soon, you might see then another relief rally, a reversal, and Kaspa starts to make another move upwards again. And that'll bring more money back into KRC20 as well, which would be great to see these projects start to rally more so in price, because a lot of the money is now left as ecosystem right now because there's been no money in it. Quite frustrating, I imagine, for a lot of people holding it still. But I think it'll come back stronger than ever. What do you think of QUAI or QAI? It is going to TGE on the 19th of February. It's another proof of work layer one. I've heard very little bit about it, truth be told. I think I've been told to look at it in the past. Don't know which one it is. I'm guessing it's DAO. I actually have no idea which one it is. I think I've been told to look at it in the past, and I think I might find it in the past. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's Crane Network. Because I remember someone saying it's going to come out. It wasn't out just yet when I was told about it. I think there's proof of work blockchain here, so it's probably this one here. And I have not looked too much into it, so I can't make a prediction on that. If it's actually AI based, that could be quite good for it, because AI I think is going to be a very big factor against stuff that I've disclosed to people who are part of the executive community here, who know from institutional insight from KPMG, PwC, and a lot more private industry level documents that discloses all the big things coming with AI and crypto. People know how big AI is going to be, so that could be very well for one that is seemingly proof of work and seemingly got some elements to AI, I think, as well. I need to do more research into it personally, my man. Hearing it's proof of work is good. If it's fair launch, even better. And then depends on its use case right now. Something I might look into a little bit more. It's got a lot of bullish sentiment around it right now. I guess we'll see it fully release. It's been fully released already. Mainnet already launched. So we'll see. I'm sure it added to... You said it's a TGE coming out in the next few days. So that'd be quite a good thing for it as well. But yeah, does anyone have any more questions? Because I believe that is actually, for the most part, all today's information. That's the first time in a while that I finished before the hour. Normally I try and keep going for a little bit more, but still, going through the whole motions of my personal family situation right now. So I'm still trying to take a bit of a step away from work just for the time being. But if anyone has more questions, please by all means drop in the comments below. As it stands right now, I think Kaspa, again, it's showing good strength, got good momentum in it, and I think we have got a lot more coming through it based on the macro news as well, of the level of adoption coming through right now, and people and banks admitting they're holding Bitcoin and crypto is looking very good. And you can see again GameStop announcing that such a 20% is a very big deal, showing how big crypto is going to be. I think we've got trillions about to come in as well. But yeah, I'll just hover for another minute or so. Good morning to you, Buffalo Theory. It's all good you're late, although I'm about to wrap up the stream for the looks of things right now. If you've got a question, I'm going to leave it in the comments below. And again, if you enjoy the streams, I'll be doing this stream daily, normally for an hour at least. Then leave a like, share, subscribe for more. Not entirely sure if it's fair launch. There are big backers behind it, like Polychain, Hashed, and a few more. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'll put this on my wish list as one to probably look into a little bit more then, because it might be worth me looking into it then as a potential, hedge. I'm not sure how heavy I go into it. Kaspa's my biggest bag for a reason. I might hedge into it a little bit. But it's got to be careful about that stuff, because I remember there's like someone was asking me earlier about BlockDAG, the project BlockDAG, which also has some quite big partnerships and backers, if you will. But from what I'm aware of, it is a complete scam and a rug. I don't know too much about BlockDAG, but I have not heard anything good about BlockDAG. And I've actually got people in my community who said they've lost money through it. So it's just about, that BlockDAG equally had a very bullish sentiment as well. So it's just being careful about what you invest into. Do your research, of course. What's up, crypto goes to? Is there enough liquidity at 10 cents up to 9 cents on the heat map? Maybe we can go to that level before we go up. Again, I do think there's potential we see a bit more corrections. Right now we're down to, I say down a little, we're still up, but back down below 11 cents again, which is expected. I think we'll see, I want to believe we'll see a slow rally now up following Coinbase announcing perpetual futures. So it might take a bit of time. I think we'll see it in due time. And then you'll see it come out, probably see a sell the news, and they might see it go back up again, depending on the macro news at the time. But I think we've got some level of support again around this zone here. So we could see it come back down temporarily into here, and then see another, relief rally, which would be very good to see. The chief operating officer is X-Circle and Kraken. Okay, well that is two of the biggest known American institutions with crypto. Is good to see. Good to see that. So again, it's got good members behind it. So that just give it some credibility at least, which is good to hear. Again, I'm going to look more into it. It does sound, you have intrigued me, my man. You have very much intrigued me. So I'll look into it more over the weekend. But anyway, with that being said, Thank you all for once more for watching today's daily live stream. A little bit shorter than usual, but I think we've got a lot more incoming, and I'm going to try and see if I can preserve myself for what's hopefully going to come in over this weekend. I'm optimistic that week could be a very big week for Kaspa. We'll have to wait and see. Listings seem to be gearing up, coming out left and right. Coinbase now, Binance potentially on the horizon. OKX not far off as well. There's a lot more to come, so if you enjoy it, always leave a like, share your for more chance to know more about crypto and other market sentiments. Come check out the free community. And if you want to be even more locked in, maximize the benefit from crypto and other market sentiments, from institutional documents, alpha information, trading alerts, money, you name it. Got our next weekly exclusive roundtable, our live stream happening tomorrow. Come check out the WAP. You can join for free right now for a week, 7 days. If you like what you see, you can sign up. If you don't, by all means cancel. There's not what we're offering there. Come check it out. And yeah, have a great day, good evening, good night, everybody. Take care now, stay healthy, and I'll see you all tomorrow.